G'day trendsetters. What you can see right now will be a photo I took this morning of ubiquitous dandelion flower seed head. But that's not what we're here for. We're here because it's out with the old maybe, or the ready, and in with the new. So these three little mini cabbages are coming out. I've got people who want them. And I've got eggplant, Florida market, and a little capsicum here which the tag's fallen out and I can't remember the name, but anyhow it's a yellow capsicum which I'm looking forward to. So all we need to do is get these blokes out. I've got some blood and bone, Yates blood and bone, professional blood and bone. I don't know why they call it professional, but it contains potash among with everything else, so that will help these guys later on when they start to flower. Potash is an essential macronutrient for flowering and root formation and overall general health of the plant. So blood and bone, compost, plants, cabbage. Let's go. They're just the size of my hand. They're a good little mini cabbage. Just lose some of those outer leaves. This can come up. All of this will go in the compost, of course. This is my two-tiered tractor raised bed. I know there's some contention out there about cadmium and heavy metals in tyres. I'm not that worried. I live 15-20 metres from a main road. I'm probably sucking the stuff in every day. So if it wants to give me cancer or whatever, it can go right ahead at this stage of my life. So I am aware of it, but I'm not overly concerned about it. I would, if you want, I would love to do a soil sample of this, but it's expensive. So at the bottom of this video there's a thing called Super Thanks. If you want to throw us a few dollars that way, and if I can get enough money, I'll do a soil test and find out if there is any. Cadmium's the main one I know of, but there's a few others. If there is anything leaching in, I'll take a soil sample halfway down close to the edge of the tyre and see what it's like. But it's not something I can afford, but I am curious about. So if you're interested, maybe just chuck us a super thanks. Right, blood and bone. Just follow the directions on the back of the pack, which are around 3 handfuls for me per square metre. I'm going to call this a square metre. And one. I'll work the blood and bone into the top of the soil, not much, just an inch or two, just get it in there. And I'll just add the compost on the top. Can you see all those worms? Look at that. Lovely. Yeah, so I'll just sit the compost on the top and I'll plant these into the compost. So it's a sort of semi no dig. But because it's a raised bed, I like to get the blood and bone into that top inch or two of soil. That's all. I mean, it doesn't need digging. It's such a friable setup anyhow. Right. This is my homemade compost. If you don't have homemade compost, a couple of bags will do. The same job. Right, let's push that out a bit. It will settle, so I'm not that worried about it being a bit high. Plastic, I put lots of cardboard boxes in my compost and all the sticky tape that I don't see or don't get off ends up in the compost. But it's easy to see why microplastics are such a I pull them everywhere. Right, that was easy. These guys I planted by seed back on the 8th of the 8th, which is August, which is the end of winter for us, and we're in the southern hemisphere, just in case you weren't sure. So it's spring, it's almost the end of September, end of the first week, first month, calendar month of September. They're a bit little, but I don't mind that. They'll get away nice and quick. The days are warming up. The chances of a frost are almost zero at the moment. I'll plant these about 40 centimetres apart, 16 inches. Look at that, that's all there is to it. I'll come in about 6 inches, 150 mils if you like. So that's 2 of the Floridas. We'll plant 3 because 2's company, 3's a party. And you can't have too many eggplants. Right, capsicum. Little yellow one, same, about 40 centimetres, which is 2 fingers for me, and in. Look at that, in you go. You can plant these a little bit deeper up the stem, won't hurt. Lucky last. 1, 2, I've got room for one more. I might put the third one in, just for the heck of it, eh? One, 2, yep. All right, there we go, easy as. Once you've got established soil, gardening isn't that easy. The hardest part is getting your soil established and ready for all this sort of stuff. And after that it's pretty plain sailing. But that's all I've got for today. 3 Florida market eggplants and 3 yellow capsicum. I'll look it up and find out what they are, and I'll tell you in the description below. I do know I got them from Lambley Nursery, and they're just a little bit different. They're a F1 hybrid, I'm hoping. Anyhow, that's it. Thanks. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, super duper. Thank you very much for doing that. And we'll see you in the next video. Cheers. I have to water them now. I will mulch. I'll get a bit of, when this settles, I'll give them a day or 2 to settle in. When it settles and they get a little bit of size on them, I'll put a bit of the sugarcane, the fine sugarcane mulch over the top, about 1 inch thick, not too thick because you can't get water through it easily if you put it on too thick. So about 1 inch thick, just enough to cover it and stop the compost from drying out. Okay?